Yeah, when it comes to buying your costumes, honestly, why not? Like I have bought costumes, I make costumes. I do so many in a gosh darn year that if I made every single one, I would be nuts. I mean, I'm already crazy for what I do, but having even more added on, I couldn't imagine. So I count my bought cosplays as a cosplay I've done for the year, whether I've made it or added a piece to it or like just bought it out of package, put it on and wore it, I still count it as a cosplay that I've done for the year. Like
But
there's no
even some of
difference.
the bot cosplay is found stuff. Like you're buying
Oh
something that
yeah.
becomes part of the cosplay,
For
right?
sure.
Yeah.
So for
I
a
buy
lot of people, it's
curtains
a
and then make
combination of yeah, you know. I mean, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? I mean,
no.
as long as you're having fun doing it,
It's
it
another one of
doesn't
those things
matter.
that too many people seem to get hyper focused on. I've made
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I've had professionals make me stuff, and I bought Chinese reseller, Russian, Pakistani stuff shipped to me as well through like
Mhm.
AliExpress and Wish and white sheep leather and that kind of stuff. So who cares? Like what why? You have so
matter.
many resources now because it's never been an easier, better time to become a cosplayer because you have so many
Absolutely.
different ways to be a cosplayer. All the reseller sites, Amazon, Etsy,
Mhm.
commissions from friends, make it yourself to learn with all the YouTube stuff, buy it at like who cares? There's a myriad of different ways that you can do it. So why get hyper focused on it'd be like me coming on saying I only get Chinese made costumes. That's it. I'm better than you guys. All right, man. I
Oh,
only get
hang on.
$60 Chinese costumes. Screw you guys. You suck. I'm awesome. Forget it. Why would anybody do that? It makes no sense whatsoever.
I mean, I disagree a little bit.
No, you can't. I've already said it. I'm done.
Well,
Stop it.
too bad. I'm going to disagree
Your
anyway.
ratings.
Because see, for me, there is a pride in making something,
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
right?
Be proud,
Like
for
there's a
sure.
pride in making a
Yeah,
costume like this.
of course.
There's a pride in when people come to me and they're like, "Holy cow, did you make that?" I take pride in my work,
Sure.
right?
No.
There's also the fact that I could never afford to buy a professionally made Predator like this,
Yeah.
right?
As long as your pride doesn't turn into shaming those who aren't.
No, that's what. Yes,
And
exactly.
unfortunately, too often that's where that pride ends up leading, right?
Exactly.
Pride goes before a fall. So you end up looking down your nose at people that aren't taking the same kind of pride in it because they're spending $60 in China.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah, but even if you know how to make things, like sometimes you just don't want to, or you don't have the time, or you just want to do the costume without putting in the extra effort of
Yeah.
doing that thing, or of learning that specific task, or of trying to find like that specific material. Like I make a lot of my things, but there are some that I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna pay $80, get it shipped to me. If there's something I don't like about it, I'll change something on it. But I
Yeah.
don't want to deal with most of it.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with buying a costume and altering it. Like that is also a thing that is done a lot, especially with like bodysuits and stuff too. Because again, I'm short, but my measurements are for a larger size. I always have to like bring the feet up or like alter it to fit my body versus just pulling it out of the bag, putting it on, and being okay with it. So
So
even
do you
though
have to
you
do a
make
lot of that when you buy, like, let's say you buy an off-the-shelf costume and then you have to tailor it to actually fit you?
if it's a Zentai
Yeah.
suit or like full body, it's usually the length. Because again, I'm 5'2", but my measurements are bigger, so I always have to go in the larger sizes, which are meant for like 5'8",
Which is even
5'9".
smaller. Yeah.
And so I like the arms and stuff are fine because I'm built like a linebacker, so I've got like these big wide shoulders, and so the upper is always fine. It's always the length in the legs. So a lot of my suits, you'll find where I've cut the legs off at like with the Black Cat Symbian suit, she has like the stockings up to a level, and then it's the pants, and then it's the underwear. Well, it's seamed right at her boot cuffs, pulled the leg down, altered, reattached, because I had to shorten the suit to fit my body without altering the print and the design and things like that, because I am short.
Hey, Megan, don't you have the exact opposite
I
problem?
have the exact opposite problem because
Girl.
I have the most torso that you can ever find in a human. So I just can't buy like pre-done full suits unless I'm getting something that's like an extra large and then tailoring it all the way in, because I will just have the worst wedgie you have ever seen.
Yeah.
How tall? You're like 5'9",
I'm 5'10".
5'10".
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah, man, off the rack problems. It's tough
Yeah.
when you now a lot of the Zentai suit sites now you can put in your measurements, right?
Custom,
And they
yeah.
can literally just.
Yes.
Most of them you can get them custom made. Yeah.
Sometimes it'll
But
cut
they're-
you extra, you get a little bit longer, but I mean,
So
But
there's
sometimes
one.
it's still not.
Yeah, there's one company that came out with a suit, and it is like the worst cosplay horror story of my life. Anyways, to sum it up, they only took 3 measurements for a woman's body,
Yep.
and I'm like, what? And so yeah, they only wanted above your chest, your waist, and your hips.
Yep.
And I was like, my torso length needs to be relevant, and I'm a true hourglass, so I have 10 inches between my like waist and my top and bottom, so anything that has to fit over my hips is not touching my waist, and it'll touch my bust. So it's like I have this space pocket of air around my midriff if I wanted to fit me, and it's those 3 measurements. So a lot of companies too, when you buy pre-made costumes, make sure you check how they measure you, because if it is those 3 measurements, do not purchase. Do not do it. It is not worth your time.
fair.
Yeah, if you're getting something custom made and they don't at least ask for like the distance from like the base of your neck to the floor as well as those 3, just don't do it.
Yeah, not worth it.
A lot of people in the comments here seem to agree that buying stuff and modifying it is definitely the way to go, especially if you're getting started into cosplay.
Yeah.
Great way
Absolutely.
to introduce yourself to cosplay is to buy something that's off the shelf. Maybe not necessarily buying a full costume, but finding parts that work and modifying them to fit the costume that you're working is a great introduction, and usually very cost effective when you're doing it.
Yeah, and I
as well.
sell a bunch of my old costumes too, because it's like I've worn them a couple of times. They're not going to fit, or they're not going to fit. I just don't want them anymore. So I always tell people, okay, this is the measurements. This is what they're to. It's made out of stretch. This is the like material, whatever. Like, you know, if you want it, have it. If you don't, like, whatever. Not a big deal.
All right, stop pitching your costumes to your TikTok followers there.
Buy my shit. Buy my shit. I have a huge basement full. Please.
Thanks for watching this Geek Boutique podcast snippet. If you'd like to listen to the full episode, head on over to either geekboutique.podbean.com or your favorite podcast platform of choice. Please make sure you click that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to also click the notification bell. That way you'll make sure you never miss an upload. But that'll be it for today. Stay geeky, everybody. I'll see you next time.